Good morning. You are now listening to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm your host, Lara Ziccardi, who has absolutely no brain cells left. And I have wonderful people in the studio with me today. I have my co-host, Amanda Gaudiosi, our segment host, Nicole Passaro, our sportscaster, Ben Tomaszewski, and our newscaster, Kendall Guerrero. You guys, I have no brain cells left. Like, they're burnt. They're a little crispy. They're like, you know when you burn, like when you're toasting a marshmallow and then like it starts to get all like burnt.
Yeah,
that's my brain.
Crisp.
Like
It's
brown.
Yeah, but if you like burnt marshmallows, that's
Love them.
good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Pop off, queens, pop off. But today we're going to be talking about the House passing a bill to protect same-sex marriage. We're going to be talking about the WNBA, Brittany Griner, who was freed from Russia. We're also be talking about Montclair and symbols of hate. So we're going to dive into that later. But for now, we're going to do our news update.
Yes, we are. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Angela Guerrero, and this is WMSC News. Our top story today, WNBA star Brittany Griner is released from Russian custody on a high-profile prisoner swap between the U.S. and Moscow. Stay tuned for full coverage on this story very soon right here on The Buzz. And in national news today, new details emerge about a vehicle at the scene of the Grizzly, Idaho student stabbings. A 2013 Hyundai Elantra was spotted in the immediate area of the off-campus home where the students were stabbed to death in the early morning hours of November 13th. Moscow police said in a statement Wednesday, information about the vehicle came from the thousands of tips police have received in the case, which has appalled the small college town of Moscow, Idaho. And in local news today, the public's help is sought as a fatal shooting back in the fall along the Jersey Shore remains unsolved. Authorities are seeking the public's help as they continue to search for whoever shot and killed a 26-year-old Neptune Township man more than 2 months ago. The Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office stated yesterday that Devin Agolio Stout was found with multiple gunshot wounds in the driver's seat of his vehicle, which was parked in the 1700 block of Heck Avenue at about 10:45 p.m. on October 6th. Investigators do not have a description of the shooter, a prosecutor's office spokesman said. Stout was alone in the vehicle when he was found. And now for your weather report for hour one. Today, we are expecting some sunny skies with a high of 44 degrees between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. And currently this morning, we are bundling up, fighting through a cold wind at a low of 29 degrees. For WMSC News, I'm Angela Guerrero. Back to you, Lara.
A great newscast as always. And before we go to sports, I just want to say how illegally cold it is outside.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know
Oh
what
my
we
gosh, yeah.
I don't know what we did to make Mother Nature mad, but whatever we
Yeah.
did, I'm sorry. I apologize, but
It's too
please.
cold.
No, it's freezing.
The wind just makes it worse.
Yeah.
This might be our earliest document of an impression, but it's too cold for you here.
You sound like Halsey.
Yeah, a little bit of Halsey was in
Guys,
there.
Little
Halsey's-
cursive action.
the neighborhood, nah. Halsey, where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I need my sports tonight.
Was that for me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good morning. I'm Ben Tomaszewski, and we have a wide variety of sports to cover. Let's talk about it. Starting with some offseason baseball, on Thursday, the New York Mets re-signed outfielder Brandon Nimmo to an 8-year, $162 million contract and also brought in veteran reliever David Robertson on a 1-year deal. The quarterfinals of the World Cup kick off today as Croatia takes on Brazil and Netherlands faces Argentina. Tomorrow, Morocco plays Portugal and England faces off against France. Tonight, all of the New Jersey and New York teams are in action, except for football, of course. The New Jersey Devils host the New York Islanders at 7, and the New York Rangers visit the Colorado Avalanche at 9. The New York Knicks visit the Charlotte Hornets, and the Brooklyn Nets host the Atlanta Hawks. Ben Simmons said in an interview that he plans to play tonight after missing 4 games from injury. Finishing with football. On Sunday, the New York Jets visit the Buffalo Bills, who they beat earlier in the season. The New York Giants welcome in the best team in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles. Hope everyone stays warm and has a good weekend. Back to you, Lara.
Yay. Oh my. Yay. Okay, so this is for our Philly peeps here at the station. Go Birds. And this is for our New York, North Jersey peeps here at the station. Go Giants. All right.
What about Jets? What about the Jets?
Come on.
Sorry.
That's my team.
The go
Two
Jets.
Jets fans in the studio.
There are 2 Jets
Okay,
fans.
go Jets. To be fair, to me, sometimes the Jets feel like the middle child.
They are, and
The
you know
middle
what?
child.
They're actually doing really well this season. I'm not going to talk about the last game because that was super frustrating, but
Indeed.
Okay.
All so close to winning.
we were so close. I'm sorry, this might be controversial, but I feel like those refs were brought in. Like, there's no way. We got flags like every 10 minutes. It was crazy. Anyway,
So crazy.
we'll talk about this after the
We'll-
show.
We'll talk about it.
All right, so I'm gonna let my dogs out for this story. Yes,
Oh.
my slippers are off.
Oh
The
my
I'm
dogs
very
are out
comfortable.
in the studio.
The dogs.
This is
Oh my-
this is
that
making me
was-
uncomfortable,
that
Lara.
Was, that was so feral of me. I'm sorry. I just showed Facebook my dogs. I'm so
For
sorry.
free.
For free.
Socked. They were clothed.
They were
They were
closed.
socked. All right, but we have some great news regarding Congress because the House passes a bill to protect same-sex marriage, and it will be heading off to Biden's desk so soon. The House gave final approval to legislation protecting same-sex marriages. The vote of 258 to 169 sends the Respect for Marriage Act to President Joe Biden, who praised Congress for passing the bill and is expecting to sign it into law. The Senate passed the bill last week by a vote of 61 to 36. Democrats were unified in favor of the bill, while most Republicans in both chambers voted against it. 39 House Republicans supported the legislation and 1 voted present. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, who's a Democrat of Maryland, said, quote, "Your love is your choice. The pursuit of happiness means you can love whom you choose." And he also added, quote, "I am shocked that conservatives that have libertarian bent beliefs that somehow we ought to get involved in this. It's not the government's business." This is some great news regarding
this.
Me too.
Me too.
Absolutely. Yep.
I
Yep.
saw this in our lovely Discord in the news chat, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to
You have to report it.
This is a really big step for America and
Yeah.
for people just to get to love who they choose to.
Exactly. Love is a beautiful thing, and I don't think the government has to be involved with that. It's really not. It's not
So
a political
true.
question or discussion.
It's
Hey,
not.
love who you love, and as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
I have happy chills, but I hate it when people in power let their not their political beliefs, but their religious beliefs get in the way of how the way they use their power, because they're like, oh well, the Bible says homosexuality isn't okay or XYZ, and that's just simply not true. People should love who they want to love, and it is none of your business on how they want to choose to represent
I
themselves.
agree.
So
Definitely,
true.
yeah.
It's none of your beeswax.
Plus, that back to the homosexuality and the being in the Bible, it's actually untrue. That version comes from 1940, and it was translated incorrectly, and I think it was actually put in there. So
Oh wow.
I don't know what the.
I mean, the Pope himself has no issue with this whatsoever. So let's just put that out there.
if Pope Francis ain't got a problem, you shouldn't got a problem.
Exactly. Honestly.
But no, I'm really happy to hear this news.
Yes.
This is, I hope, is the start of a good role going on, because we need more action like this, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. I don't know, what do you think they're going to tackle next? Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm.
It would be lovely if they tackled abortion and birth control, in my opinion, or something like that.
If something's done about it, please. 'Cause
Yeah.
that has been tossed around like a hot potato.
I feel like
Literally.
in my little opinion, I feel like that's been more controversial.
Yeah.
None of this should be controversial, by the
No,
way.
it's
And there's
not.
such a stigma around these topics, and I love having a platform here on WMSC. Oh, by the way, our reviews don't reflect WMSC or Montclair State,
No.
but that's why I love having a platform here at the station to talk about these issues and
Yeah.
to bring awareness for it,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
not a lot of people are talking about it. Like, not a lot of people our age are really following news like this.
Yeah, I have to agree. And I think like coming onto the show this semester has taught me to really just be a little bit more involved with it, because something that I even still do to this day, I really do try and avoid politics and not talking about it. But like coming here on the studio, reporting these things, having to read what's going on, like it really does make an impact. Just it helps me have a healthy balance, because our
Mhm.
generation really needs to step up. and
Yeah.
really, because we're not that far from like being the next leaders. It's just, you know what I'm saying, age wise. So I think it's like Lara said, I think it's important that this generation really starts, getting a little more involved.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. Like from doing the newscast for the ADJ program, I've gotten so wrapped up in the news. Like I used to like not listen to the news,
No, yeah.
but now I started like listening to it and reporting it, and it's actually really interesting on what you find and what's happening in our world today, because we should be aware of
100%.
what's going on, you
Yeah,
know.
100%.
I definitely agree with that. And not only one last thing to kind of wrap up the story, it is so important to vote. It truly is. So when elections roll around, PSA, think about voting. Definitely very important. But we're going to be moving on to our next top story, which Kendra actually touched upon in her news update. So Amanda, take it away.
All right. So, WNBA star Brittany Griner, freed and swapped for Russian arms dealer, heads home. Let's get into it. American.
No, that's not what you say.
Wait, what do I say?
Let's talk about
Oh, let's talk about it.
Actually, we're going to report it first.
Yeah, let's report, because I knew that's why you said it in your sportscast.
Ben was like, let's see Amanda's reaction.
Oh my god.
All right, let's talk about it. So, American basketball star Brittany Griner heads home. She was freed from Russian prison in exchange for the U.S. releasing notorious Russian arms dealer Victor Bout in the culmination of an 8-month saga of high diplomacy and dashed hopes. But the U.S. failed to win freedom for another American, Paul Whelan, jailed in Russia for nearly 4 years. The deal, the second in 8 months amid tensions over Russia's invasion of Ukraine, secured the release of the most prominent American detained abroad and achieved a top goal for President Joe Biden. Yet it carried what U.S. officials conceded was a heavy price. Biden said, quote, "She's safe, she's on a plane, and she's on her way home." He was accompanied by Griner's wife, Cheryl, and administration officials. That's crazy.
This is awesome. Like,
That's really awesome. And I had no idea about this until I saw it maybe on Instagram the other day. It just like popped up on my, news feed or whatever. And I was shocked that can just happen,
I didn't know you could trade.
Yeah,
That's wild.
you could trade people. That's
I
crazy.
didn't even know that.
I remember I think we reported a story about this, something very similar, about I think it was Paul Whelan, but I think it actually was, and I think he got released like a few months ago, I think.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah, no, wait. No, it was somebody else. Sorry
No,
about that.
then- okay.
But it's kind of wild to me that they just like trade people. Like
I didn't know that.
they just trade like Hammurabi's code an eye for an eye. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but do that
Yeah.
one. I couldn't help but do that one. But I'm glad they're here safely, because I can't imagine the emotional stress they've been under while being in Russia. So I hope
Russia being Russia,
I
yeah,
know.
she was supposed to get 9 years
Can you imagine?
And
for CBD oil.
yes, we forgot to Yeah.
Yeah, it was what it was.
For
Thank you,
CBD
Regina.
oil, that is wow, that's insane.
That's wild, because here in the U.S., CBD is very normalized, and in some states like Jersey, marijuana is legalized.
It is legal.
I don't even think CBD was ever illegal.
No, it wasn't. I don't think.
Because I mean CBD, I've used CBD infused lotion. Like I don't see infused. Yeah, but I don't see. I don't think there's a problem with that. So I'm happy she's coming back home and she's safe. I didn't even know about this, so
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, I didn't even
that's
know this was
crazy.
happening.
So let me get this. I'm like, as I was reading it, I was like getting all the information. So we had a Russian prisoner and we sent him back
Yes.
to get our person back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
Little
didn't know
swap.
we could do that. Yeah, it was a little swap moment.
It was
Yeah.
a swap.
I also think Paul Whelan has returned to the U.S., but I'm just gonna fact check myself on that. But I'm still hunting. I don't want to give out any wrong
He's
information.
disappointed. Wait, well, so why is he
He's
in
not. Oh, I
in
don't
prison over there?
express frustration that. I don't think.
It said he's still in prison.
He is?
I think
So why don't we
that
get him
makes
back? right? Why don't we make
Why
some more
don't we-
trades?
Yeah, he was told that he would not be a part of the prisoner swap with Brittany Griner.
Why? What did he do though? I
He was
guess.
spying, and he
Ooh.
was sentenced to 16 years in 2018.
Oh my god.
So he's still there, and we
Yes.
can't get him.
There's gotta be.
I
some-
feel
It's
bad.
so sad. Like it genuinely is really sad.
There's got to be something. Maybe in another. Well, I don't think they do it again in another year, will they?
I don't know.
Russia's very. They're very complicated, very difficult. Obviously. So it's.
I mean, yeah.
and they're very like you have to be careful how you play your cards with them.
But
So like, can we like do this again like next year?
And
I
it's
don't
been
know.
and like playing your cards like this, it's been like this for a very long time.
with Russia. Yeah.
So,
US.
I'm glad Brittany's back. I hope she
Yeah.
heals. I hope we can get Paul too eventually. I feel like
I
I
know.
genuinely feel for these people because I
Yeah.
can't imagine the emotional stress they're under. So I hope they
Their
find healing.
families,
I know.
too.
I hope everyone in the situation heals and has
Yeah.
just
Absolutely.
time for
Mhm.
themselves. But yeah.
Especially being imprisoned for, I mean, something not that bad here.
It's
w-
crazy.
which is crazy. And then you're just stuck there.
It's crazy how extreme because here in the US we have a lot of freedoms and
We
all
do
that.
have a lot.
And over there it's like what our norm is not for over there. It's kind of
Far from the norm over there.
it definitely is.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be moving on. We have been having really hard news this morning, so bear with me. We're almost there, but this is important to stay in the know. So Montclair is not immune to symbols of hate, according to the mayor, not a mayor, the mayor, not
The
Oscar, not Oscar
mayor.
mayor, the mayor. But Mayor Sean Splitter says symbols of hate, like the swastika found last week in Edgemont Park, will not be tolerated in Montclair. But unfortunately, the town isn't immune to the national issue. At this week's council meeting, Splitter delivered a statement about graffiti discovered on December 3rd at Edgemont Park, found on a children's playground. The Montclair Police Department previously released the following statement about the graffiti, which includes the swastika. There were approximately 7 different sections of the playground that were marked with vulgar images and phrases. These images and phrases were removed by the officers on the scene with assistance from the Department of Public Works. It isn't the only recent incident involving swastikas and Essex County, with 2 instances happening at Montclair High School in 2019 and a West Orange temple last February. Swastikas aren't the only controversial symbols associated with hate groups that have been spotted in Montclair. Splitter says that the town has had additional police patrols near its houses of worship, and a point also he mentioned after a suspect was accused of making threats to a New Jersey synagogues in November.
I remember that.
That was
That was
really
a hard-
scary.
That look, I know it's so important to stay in the news, but sometimes it's really hard to hear people.
It's draining.
It's so hurtful to hear people not being hateful against other people.
Like, for what reason? Like, why are you putting up swastikas in general? First of all, why are you doing that? But also, the second issue, all over a children's playground. Like, let's sit and think about those two contexts. Like, what is wrong
This might
with
be
you?
this might be controversial, but this is just my opinion.
Mhm.
I feel like with someone so big in the media like Kanye West, I
Yes,
didn't want to
that's
bring him up. I
exactly
didn't want to
what
bring
I
him
was
up.
going to
But for
say.
someone being so like influential and huge in the media,
Mhm.
everyone knows who Kanye West is, especially people in our generation,
Yes.
And the fact that he's saying such hateful things lately are going to put these into people's minds, and then this is going to start happening more and more, and it should not be happening. That's why we should not have people famous like this. Like I don't know.
Literally, Amanda's right on the money. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm-
My thing is
mhm.
that it's because sorry,
No,
I didn't
you're
mean to interrupt
good. Go.
you. My thing is just I think that's the reason why this stuff is growing. How do you
Exactly,
just
because
caught it in the media?
I feel like you never hear of stuff like this. I mean, maybe once in a while, but now Kanye West
It's
going
growing.
on going off on like Twitter and all that stuff and saying what he's saying, it's just going to influence all like these younger people, and they're going
I
to start
agree.
doing terrible things like this. And it's
Yeah.
sad.
I just feel like it's wrong and people are just doing it to get attention in the wrong ways.
Oh, yeah.
So annoying.
I'm glad you brought up Kanye. I'm not,
Mr. West.
but Mr. West. Yay. Sorry. But actually, that's what big reason why I kind of put this in the story.
Mhm.
I don't know why anti-Semitism has been such a
out of
Trend? I hate to
But-
call it that.
No, it's
where
not a trend.
where did it
It's-
come? Where did it
it's-
come
it's-
from though? With Kanye West though, that
it
was
has to be
so out of the
Kanye.
blue.
It has to be Kanye, because it came out of nowhere, and the only person that is bringing this up is
No,
Kanye.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so I
It's
felt out of the blue for
involvement.
It's
him.
just so random.
I've never
out of
heard-
nowhere.
We've never heard him say things like this until this year, and I'm
Exactly.
shocked.
And I just want to know why a lot of outlets in the media continue to give him a spotlight. Like when he was on, I don't remember who the interview was, but when he was literally saying, and I quote, "Oh, like I like Hitler," and like what
Yeah,
he did.
he was saying that.
Have him on the show to begin with. You need to shut things down like this immediately.
And the
because
fact that he still
he's
wants to
bro.
run for president in 2024 is
Oh my
what's
gosh.
That's funny.
Like I'm honestly horrified, like for a lot of people out there, because gosh, like you have to be horrified in your own town, like on your, like you're taking your kid to the playground and there's like a SWAT. I'm not
There's symbols
Jewish, and
of
I would
hate.
still be worried. I wouldn't want to take my kid to that area, like these things, people are crazy out there. Nobody wants good for anyone. Like things are like bad things are growing, and it's just
Ooh.
it's really horrifying.
I am really happy that the mayor is saying things about
Yes,
it, because
thank God.
in like some case scenarios we see a lot with, I find PR very interesting. I'm gonna be straight. I find PR so interesting.
Mhm.
And sometimes, and usually silence is one of the worst options that you could do in response to something happening.
Yeah.
This is why crisis PR people have jobs. But no, I really don't understand how much hate you can have towards somebody or a group of people.
That have done nothing to you.
That's so true. Like, again, the same thing with running back with the same kind of theme of the same-sex marriage.
Mhm.
Let people be themselves and let people practice whatever they want.
Yeah.
Assumingly it's not hurting anybody.
exactly
In this case scenario, this is hurting people. So seriously, I feel terrible. My heart goes out to literally
Yeah, I agree.
all these people that have
Yeah.
been impacted by this.
Mhm.
Mine too.
So,
But
it's a
we're
lot.
I know it is a lot. So that's why we're going to take a really short break. I don't know about really short, but it'll be short. So we'll be right back on the Morning Buzz. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a New Jersey judge being racist, just typical New Jersey things. I'm tired. Let's take a little break. We'll be right back. Good morning. We're back on the Morning Buzz. Before we get into another one of our stories, our lovely news director, Hannah, has sent something in our news chat, and it is that Arizona Senator Kristen Sinema is leaving the Democratic Party and registering as a political independent. She said, quote, "I registered as an Arizona independent. I know some people might be a little surprised by this, but actually I think it makes a lot of sense." But Amanda has something too.
Oh, yeah, that I do. All right. New Jersey Municipal Court allowing virtual hearings for everyone except Latinos. In Cumberland County, a municipal court judge said he was threatened with removal from the bench this week after alleging Latino defendants were being required to come to court for hearings, while others were given the option of virtual appearances. Millville Municipal Court Judge Jason Witcher said he began seeing the alleged discrimination in October, and after trying to resolve the issue with court administrators behind the scenes, Witcher questioned defendants in court for motor vehicle and other relatively minor offenses, whether they were given the option of attending their hearings remotely by video or by phone. After most Latino defendants said no, the judge said the court session was, quote, "the most discriminatory event I have ever been a part of in my entire career." Speaking to New Jersey Advanced Media, Witcher said he grew concerned months ago that the list of cases he heard in his in-person court sessions in Millville were largely Spanish-speaking defendants and those with Latino-sounding surnames. He said, quote, "I was furious with what I was seeing. I was furious about what I was continuing to see in terms of the disparate treatment between everyone and the Spanish-speaking people."
This is really upsetting
Oh.
me right now,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to keep my cool as a Dominican American myself. Not okay with it. What is going on?
Again,
Oh my
I
gosh.
I hate to bring up this word. I genuinely hate to bring up this
I
word.
know.
Why is being racist a trend?
And it's literally
Yeah.
it sounds so bad saying it out loud, but that is the fact. These things are trending and it's so sad.
It's disgusting.
Why do you have an issue? And this is the thing that points out to me. It's Spanish speaking, meaning so you don't want to take time out to try and find someone that can help you translate this and that. It's really not that difficult. I'm literally a 21-year-old that can sit in a courthouse and translate it for you. I can find a 10-year-old that can translate it for you. What's the deal? What's the problem?
But what really
Like what
really got me with this is that he's flat out being just racist. Like in
He's
his
like,
quotes, you
yeah,
can literally
he's
hear
admitting it, like just like
that's
I'm doing it.
disgusting.
Shame
it's-
on you. Shame on him.
Absolutely disgusting. I hope these people get the justice that they deserve.
I know they will.
Yeah.
I'm sending my heart out to them because I just the one thing I've always been taught, it's like you've got to put yourself in other people's shoes. And it could even be like, it's so easy to do that. It could be like a friend of yours, a family member. Like I sit here and think, what if those were my grandparents?
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
going, I would be infuriated
What-
if there were my grandparents in that
Yeah.
position. There's somebody's grandparents there, somebody's mother, somebody's cousin, somebody's best friend. There has to be someone in this area that can help those people out. And I really hope someone steps up to the plate.
I agree. What's weird, what's crazy about the whole thing is that they're still having people come in even if they have Spanish sounding last names. So you could just be married to someone who is Spanish, change your last name, and you're still called in. That just shows it's racist. It's like you're not even like
What is
considering.
I
don't know.
got so frustrated my headphones just slid off my head.
Yeah.
But genuinely, it is 2022. Why do we still have these awful people in the world like this?
Exactly. We're in a day and age where things are changing for the better. Why is all this stuff coming up again? It isn't right. We
Yes.
should be changing for the better, you know?
No, yeah, things should be
Exactly.
improving, not
Yeah.
declining. And like, yeah, no, nothing's perfect, but this is obviously like, come on, really? We're dealing with this in 2022. This is not the civil rights movement. This is not the 50s.
No, genuinely.
That part.
Seriously.
I literally feel like we're moving backwards.
A lot.
I was just gonna say that. We
and-
need to move
yeah,
forward, not
no,
backwards.
We're moving backwards and not baby steps. Like we're
Yeah.
taking huge leaps backwards. It's really scary.
As Olivia Rodrigo says, it's one step forward and 3 steps back. Because
So true. She did say that.
That is true.
literally right now we took like 3 that listen, our first story is great. That was our 1 step forward, but our
Yeah.
3 steps back were the last few.
This
And it's so frustrating. And my my heart and my prayers are with the people, and I hope that they get justice. And I hope this guy does not hear another case ever again.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
seriously, to this guy, as we say in Spanish, ponte la pila y arregla el problema. Fix
Period.
the issue, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Period.
Yes. But we're going to moving on to some Montclair State news, because
We
Montclair
are.
State inches closer to new dining vendor.
What?
I'm excited.
Right before I graduate. Come on, bro. Come on.
I'm holding a lot. I'm holding all my thoughts in so I can report it. So I'm just going to report it right now. Montclair State University is searching for a new dining vendor. Vice President for Student Development and Campus Life, Don Safaris, said 5 vendors will possibly be submitting proposals to the university after pre-bid meeting that was held on November 18th. Safaris said, quote, as a part of the request for proposal process, there was an open session prior to the Thanksgiving break. This allowed any interested vendors to come, hear a small presentation given by the university, and then take a tour of the campus. At that event, we had 5 interested vendors. Their proposals are not due yet, so we are not sure of how many of the 5 will submit a bid. The search for a new vendor comes as the campus community has been pushing for a change in the variety of foods offered at the university and where the dining halls are located. Safaris added, quote, our hope is that the state will approve our selection during the spring 2023 semester, with the plan to begin a transaction over the summer of 2023, so we can begin the 2023-2024 academic year with a vendor in place. Let it rip, Amanda.
No, dude. Of course, this is so funny. It's always right when you leave. Like, I remember in high school, things start always getting better and happening right when you graduate, and you're like, oh, if only that happened when I was there. And now the same thing is happening while I'm in college. I have lived here now for 2 years, and the food selection is just not enough. And especially the fact that it's closed on the weekends.
Yeah.
How do you expect to have people live here and you want to build a more, on-campus community if you're not going to offer food on the weekends? If you're only offering me the buffet style Sam's Place, I'm not going to want to eat that. I mean, I do like Sam's Place, unpopular opinion, but I'm not going to want to eat that every single day. I mean, California tortilla, it's great, can't complain, but when you have it every single day, it gets boring. I mean, Panda
Yeah.
Express, I mean, it's okay. And then we have the burger place. It's all the same. We need some more diverse foods. I feel like I'm eating the same thing every day. I end up eating chicken tenders and French fries like once a day. Like, I'm tired of it. We need more food, and we need a Starbucks.
Yeah,
And that's all I'm
we
gonna say about that.
tried.
The Starbucks thing,
But-
switching out a Dunkin' for Starbucks. I think
Okay.
that could happen though.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not going to happen. I think I've said this before, but just in case, I'll rejog my memory as well, because my brain stopped working a few weeks ago. So the reason why we don't have a Starbucks on campus is because we have Panera, and
Competitors,
yeah.
aren't
they are competitors.
We
So
do have Panera.
we're never going to get a Starbucks because we have overpriced hospital food.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Quote unquote hospital food is not even available on the weekends. I tell all my friends that dorm here, I'm like, you guys, if you want to eat real food, like, please come over to my place. And like,
Aw.
Aw,
'cause,
that's so
like,
sweet.
it's not fair. And I know the food here is not as good as like something your mom might have cooked at home. You know what I'm saying? So opening the
Yeah.
doors for like
Yeah.
your friends, I think, or any commuters out there, because I my heart hurts for people who dorm here. It really does.
It's rough, I will say that, but I lived at Rowan University when I was a student there, and I will just say I wasn't really fond of the school, but the food was so good. I was in that
Really?
dining hall like every single second I could be in there, man. The food was fantastic. There was this place, it was called Smoked, and it was amazing. And you would get like this cardboard box, like those like to-go type boxes,
Yeah.
and it would be like mac and cheese, potatoes,
Ooh.
these chicken wings. Like, it was like
That sounds
filled to
good.
the top. Like, you would have like these little corn muffin things and like these biscuits. It was like filled to the top, and it was so good. Maybe not the healthiest, but it was so good. And it just felt like a home cooked meal. Like, when I'm eating here, I feel like I'm eating at a school. But like
Yes.
No,
when I was
worse than
when I was
that.
there, it felt like I was eating at home. So I'm like hoping
Yeah.
Montclair will maybe like
Get it together.
get it together and like make me feel like I'm at home, because that's why I'm going home every weekend.
Yeah, I think
Same.
there's definitely a way for them to improve like the nutrition on campus and just overall, dieting for like all these students, because wow, I went and ate at Sam's place last semester twice because I stayed here for like a couple days with some friends that dorm. My car broke down, long story. But yeah, and I went there for the first time. It wasn't bad, but like I think I just got lucky that day. My friend even said it. She's like, no, we got lucky today. Like it's really not like this all the time.
Yeah, some days, the beginning of the semester, it was decent. It was all right. Like it was fine. But then I don't know, since like after Thanksgiving, I got so sick of it because I'm a freshman and I live on campus. So it's like required for me to have the unlimited meal plan. And so I try to go to Sam's place a lot. So I'm not using my actual money. But yesterday, I couldn't. I went to Smoothie Lab.
Oh, I love smoothie.
I got an
Lab.
acai bowl.
Yes.
I couldn't. I was like, I'm not doing Sam's place.
What's funny is that I live in the apartments on campus because I'm a senior and I still have the unlimited meal plan. So that is my own fault. I am lazy. I also don't want to spend my money right, even though I'm gonna have to pay this off eventually. It's kind of like an investment in the future, you know what I mean? Like I'm just I'll think about that later, but the money I have right now, I don't feel like spending that to cook myself food.
Right.
So you would expect there to be, good options if you're, paying for this and living here. Kind of crazy. I don't know why I'm so heated right now. Maybe it's because I'm starving, but like
No, it's because you're right.
Yeah.
100%
Right.
Listen, I slander this school a lot. I don't get me wrong. I like being here.
Yeah.
I love the station. I love you guys. I like my major. But boy, oh boy, outside of the School of Comm, in my opinion, there's a lot of things that need to be worked on. And this is
Definitely.
one of them.
Yeah, and I think like you said, I mean, I do like coming here, and every university has its good and has its bad.
Yeah.
But like there are some issues, like again, like I go to Montclair State University, so like, okay, forget about the other schools. Like I want to focus on my time here. We're investing our time and our money. Money's
what I'm
being
saying.
invested, whether it's from your parents' pocket, your pocket, you got a full scholarship, whatever. Money's being invested. There's like issues that can be fixed very easily, that we're aware can be fixed easily because everything has precautions, of course. But there are situations that can be fixed, and it's not getting fixed.
And it's frustrating.
It's
And
very
frustrating to sit.
It's very frustrating.
I feel so bad because I complain. I'm a complainer. I will admit it. I complain a lot, and I feel bad for like complaining about the school a lot. But at the same time, I feel like I feel like I should be allowed to complain because things should be getting improved,
and
they're
it
not.
be considered as constructive criticism too, because again, like we said, nothing's perfect, but you do want it to be the best version
That it could be.
exactly of what
Because
it could be.
Because I like being here. I do, and I want to be. I want everyone around me and myself to be happy with the things that are going on. And a good portion of things I'm not happy with. Don't get me started on parking.
Oh,
Do not get me started.
parking,
Actually, you know what?
we can go on for hours.
We're gonna be moving on because
Yeah.
I literally cannot talk about parking anymore.
We'll literally like go on a whole rampage of just like parking.
I'll have a show next semester called Car Park Chronicles, like the Instagram, and we'll just talk about parking here at
I can't
do it. I can't. I'm just kidding. But we're gonna be moving on to our feature story of the day. Woo! Yay.
Ooh, a feature story. Okay. I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, all right, what's the feature?
Guys, it was in the script the entire time.
Well, I scrolled down so I don't see feature. I was like, okay.
You got me funny. You were literally so funny.
All right, let's get into it. 87% of students say college is too difficult, but they refuse to study more. So this study was actually talked about me. I was the main person of this.
Where did you get this found footage of me?
Yeah, right. I'm in this story and I don't like it. All right. So while 87% of students say that college is too difficult, the same percentage are studying less than 10 hours per week, a new survey found. Intelligent.com, which regularly surveys college students, gathered data from 1,000 respondents, all of whom attended four-year colleges. The survey found that, quote, the vast majority of students, 87%, say they have felt at least one of their college classes was too challenging and should have been made easier by the professor. I agree. However, 71% of students spend fewer than 10 hours per week on studying, and a total of 87% of students spend fewer than 15 hours per week hitting the books. The group reported, quote, out of the 64% who said they put in a lot of effort, 1/3 also said they spend less than 5 hours a week studying and on homework. A former professor and longtime educational and cultural commentator said that the decline of educational standards goes back decades. Stanley Kurtz, an author at the Ethics and Public Policy Center and a National Review contributing editor, said the quote, these results say we're near the bottom of a slope we begin to roll down in the 60s. Kurtz has taught at Harvard University and the University of Chicago.
No, okay. I have a good one. So whoever did this research obviously did not. No. Actually, no. Whoever did the research obviously did the research on comm students because
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, did they do this in general or by major? Because I can only speak on myself and my experience in college because I know, like, I can't compare myself to a bio major or a comm major or a pre-med major.
What is
you
your
know?
major?
Mine's is a psychology with a minor in cognitive science. So a little bit medical, but like I said, I can't relate to pre-med, you know?
Like, you're definitely studying way more than me because as a communication and media studies major, what do I have to study for? I don't have any tests. All of my assignments are projects. So I'm not studying. So for this survey, this is a little unfair because professors, in my opinion, I have a professor this semester. I have her for 2 classes, and oh boy, is she the hardest professor I've ever had in my entire college career.
Wow.
This is my 5th year being a college student, and she's the hardest professor I've ever had. She has no mercy. Like, I normally am a straight A student. I have a 3.9 GPA, and she is bringing my GPA down because every assignment I submit, I think I do a good job. I proofread, I check everything. She gives me 60s, 70s, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? She's just one of those professors that likes to grade hard. Like, she's strict, and she's going to go by the books and not change her curriculum for us, even if we have a problem. And how is that fair? Like, sure, maybe I don't study a lot. I don't need to study.
We're
though.
communication majors.
Exactly. So I don't know why your curriculum is this intensive, especially, as a communication major. I want to go into radio. I want to do something creative and something fun that makes me happy. But some of these communication classes I'm forced to take, like my research class, I'm like, come on. I mean, it is good. Some of my classes, I'm really learning like nonverbal communications and stuff. I think that's interesting. But some of the classes, I'm like, okay, come on. Like, why am I forced to take this and have it be so challenging and stressful?
I agree, 100%.
I have the stupidest question. For Ben.
Oh, sure.
So Ben, you're a sports communication major, right?
Yes.
So do you study by watching sports?
No.
Oh.
I mean, sort of, kind of.
You have to watch sports, but like not.
Yeah, it's not just like watching sports.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for Ben as well because I'm taking
Interview.
well, I'm taking 2 sports classes next semester
Mhm.
because there wasn't a lot going. That's another thing about Montclair. Honestly, offer more classes. But anyway, they didn't have a lot of classes open, and I like sports, whatever. So I'm taking 2 sports classes. What is that? What does that entail? What is that like? Like the curriculum for like a
Well, it
sports
depends.
class, like
which-
sports writing.
Sports writing. Well, just like journalism stories. I mean, you might have to go to a Montclair game or something like that and just cover a game like that. But it's all fun stuff, like interviewing the players or whatever. But
That does sound fun.
yeah, we a couple weeks ago with my one class, we actually went to a Devils game. And we then we got to go into locker rooms and actually met all the players. And
Oh, that's
it's really cool.
Did it smell?
Of course, it was a locker room.
110%.
It was stinky.
That was real questions here, okay?
Is it stinky?
Of course it did, yeah.
Oh my god.
Girl, but that is like so. I mean, locker rooms in general smell bad, but hockey ones are
Oh
like
my gosh.
the worst.
No, they're
Yeah.
fun though, man. I think you'll enjoy.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hockey locker rooms are like ogres and onions. They have layers.
Ogres and onions with
Ew.
Ew.
Sorry, that's gross.
That's just, oh,
Onions.
One last point I want to bring up because I can speak for myself and only myself. So technically, I'm studying right now because I am a journalism major. So writing the script for the buzz and producing it is practically journalism.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Oh,
I've seen. Oh my gosh.
Angela?
This girl was like, "Hey, do you want to like try doing this?" And I'm like, Oh my gosh, I would love to, but I cannot dedicate the time right now. And Lara
Absolutely
just like,
not.
she's like, this is what you do. This is what I do. All the I'm like, girl, I gotta applaud you
Candela?
because I could never, like right now at this moment, I just can't.
I sold my
You
soul.
did.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I
She's
literally love my
great.
job.
She's great at it. A
Aw.
producer, awesome for the
Thanks,
morning buzz. But like, wow, it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but since I'm really tired, we're gonna take a really short break here on the show, and we're gonna kick it to a song that has been living in my head rent free recently. And the station has a little surprise coming out soon, and it has to do something with Wednesday Addams. So from the show Wednesday, we're gonna be playing. It's not from the show. I know it's an actual song. I know. I know my lore. But this is Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps.
Love this.
Lore Queen.
It's a red lore queen.
I think he did.
And that was Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps, except for our lovely listeners slash viewers on Facebook. Hi, Metamates. But it is your lore queen here on the Morning Buzz, according to Ben.
Absolutely.
The lore, and that's just a theory, a buzz theory. Thanks for listening. But it's time to kick it to our favorite segment of the week.
So excited.
Yeah,
Hi,
let's
Nicole.
go. All right, well, okay, we're going to start off with Lizzo presents an epic speech at the 2022 People's Choice Awards. According to Billboard News, Lizzo was named People's Champion on Tuesday night at the People's Choice Awards. In Lizzo's acceptance speech, she said, "I am sharing this honor Make some noise for the people, y'all. These are all activists and people that I think deserve this spotlight. With that, she introduced a collection of human rights advocates, freedom fighters, artists, and walking inspirations to the stage. Lizzo also received a Song of the Year award for her hit song, About Damn Time, which was on the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 2 weeks over the summer.
Queen.
I loved that
Queen.
speech. Everything about it was
Yeah.
I
Congrats,
didn't see
Lizzo.
it.
it was amazing. I loved it. She went off. She's like, you're gonna know who these people are, and that's on period.
Lizzo is
That's a slide.
I think there's a few
That's a slide.
I can make a list of artists that we didn't know we needed until now in
Yeah.
2022, or like just 20 in the 2020s in general.
Mhm.
Lizzo's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also think Lil
She's
Nas is one of them.
inspirational.
Yeah, and Lizzo honestly has been around for a long time, but she just like blew up like during COVID and everything.
Yeah.
About darn time
that she got like
Turn up the music.
I agree.
It was like all over my TikTok for you page this summer. That
Yeah,
song.
I did. Like TikTok dance to that. I did that on my TikTok over the summer.
Really?
I
So
did. I
funny.
was like, I'm getting into this.
No, it's a good song. Good for her. Like,
yeah.
she's really inspirational.
Yeah.
Especially, she has like a clothing brand. She's super inclusive, and she tries to.
She's doing amazing.
She's super big with like body positivity and like just being inclusive for everyone. I
Yes.
really like Lizzo. I don't really listen to her music, but she makes some bops, and she's an inclusive icon. So I like her.
She's a great example.
The songs that I do know are from TikTok, but from what I've heard, period, Queen.
Oh wait, what's that one song? Oh, why man great?
True
Truly gotta
Hurts.
be great. Yeah, I
that
remember
song.
that one.
Yeah. But speaking of new music,
Speaking of new music, Lana Del. Oh, Amanda just. Amanda just
And the song was beautiful. But anyway, continue.
report it.
Amanda's whole body just like
Yeah, that was a lot.
She's
Okay.
Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey announces new album for 2023. According to Pitchfork, the successful singer Lana Del Rey announces that she is coming out with a new album called Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard that will be coming out next year. The album will feature collaborations with John Batiste, Jack Antonoff's Bleachers, Father John Misty, Judah Smith, and Tommy Genesis. People are describing the song she just released as a slow, dreamy ballad.
wait before Amanda goes off, because I know she's
Yeah,
ready.
she's gonna blow.
Already.
But the new album is called, like Nicole said, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? And that's a missed opportunity to say, did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Avenue where I used to sit and talk with you? We were both 16 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all night.
Man's a proud
That
mom out
was
with her
that was
camera.
great.
Thank you. Anyway, Amanda,
Stop me,
You could go.
Do it again, Lara.
guys.
there's a corner place in the corner of Cherry E Street. No, please, like, stop me. Go.
Okay, so Lana Del Rey, she's an icon. She's the moment. I love
Mommy.
her. I love her so much. Like, I'm wearing her, this is unplanned actually. I didn't know we were going to talk about her. I just wore this
is-
shirt because I love her
It's
music.
written in the stars.
Yeah, it was destined.
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
song truly is. I would recommend for if you want anyone to listen to it because it really is a beautiful, beautiful song. I mean, Lana is someone who does make a lot of slow, dreamy type music, but this song, I wasn't expecting it. It was actually really pleasant. I enjoyed it, and I am excited for the album.
Good for her.
Dreamy, like snow on the beach,
Snow
on the
on the
beach.
beach.
But this will
Featuring
feature
Lana's-
her more.
featuring Lana's back vocal. Wait, is the new album just Lana's back vocals and it's Taylor Swift singing the entire time?
Can you imagine?
Oh my
Imagine if that
gosh.
happened. That would be
Hot take.
yeah.
But I'm actually really excited. I don't listen to Lana, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I know.
same. I've
I
tried.
know.
That's a
I just
crime.
recently started listening to
She
her.
should be-
Yes.
Oh my god, no, okay.
Yeah.
I have to start getting into her more, like, to be honest.
She's an icon.
She is. Also, I've seen like pictures of her on TikTok like recently.
Stunning.
And she is absolutely
Gorgeous.
So pretty.
She
Very beautiful.
like I hate it, like how the media has the stigma about women aging and all that.
Oh yeah.
But she genuinely looks gorgeous.
She's aging beautifully.
She is, and that's actually been a huge problem, like in that fandom, the Lana Del Rey like fandom. People have been getting really upset because when people make like fan edits of her or post pictures of her, they only post pictures from like 2013. And, people are saying like, she's gorgeous now. She's in her 30s, but she's stunning still. Like we should be posting pictures of her now.
30s are the new 20s apparently. So
Exactly.
she's probably like at her prime right now.
Yeah,
No,
living her best life.
She is.
Stunning.
And I will
Mhm.
say, like, just a recommendation for anyone who wants to start listening to Lana Del Rey. Ultraviolence is such a good album. It's one of my favorites.
I have
And
to listen to that
Yeah,
one.
I
On
NFR.
my list. Like my boyfriend and I, we have an album list of because my
Oh.
boyfriend's obsessed with Lana, and so he is getting me into her, and we just do little date nights of little
Aw.
albums.
Nicole,
Wow.
That's so sweet.
Nicole,
Yeah.
some advice: if you have the opportunity to date Lana Del Rey, leave your boyfriend.
If he listens to this, that's gonna be cute.
I'm
Oh
just
my God.
kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, I know, Lara. You roast me a lot here on the
It's 'cause
show.
sometimes I love you, and you're a little freshy. So I
Yeah,
have to roast
I
you.
get bullied here.
Freshman.
Freshman.
I'm a freshie.
Freshman. Freshman.
That was
Oh my god.
Amanda just vlogging this right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. I really can't.
We love the daily Lara impressions and roastings of me. But let's continue to the next story.
Because you're my favorite freshie, Nicole.
Oh really? I'm so
Yeah.
honored to be your favorite
She's
freshie.
adorable. Look how cute she is. If you on Zoom, like she's adorable. Are you kidding me? Anyway, keep going.
Okay, anyways, okay. Jenna Ortega filmed a scene of Wednesday with COVID-19. According to Variety, during the dance scene on the hit Netflix series Wednesday, Jenna Ortega announced that she had COVID while filming it.
Oh, wow.
Ortega states in an interview with NME, they were giving me medicine between takes because we were waiting on the positive result. She explained she felt extremely sick and had body aches and a sore throat. The production company, MGM, were receiving a lot of controversy since they allowed Ortega to film the scene, even when she clearly had COVID symptoms. They told NME that strict COVID protocols were followed, and once the positive test was confirmed, the production removed Jenna from set. Ortega added that she choreographed the dance scene herself, but thinks she could have done better if she didn't have COVID.
You know,
Wow.
I didn't know that. And if she had COVID, props to her because she really looked like she put her everything into that choreography, like on the spot. She was moving and
I
wow.
didn't see it, but
It's
I
fine.
haven't
It
either.
looks so
it looked
good.
really good. So, I mean,
Yeah.
good for her that she pushed through and
She did
she
amazing.
gave a good dance scene.
Did I learn the dance? Yeah, I did. I
Right?
learned
Same.
all of it.
I learned
Did
it.
you?
But
Dude, being sick is so draining, and having to dance and do multiple takes.
That's a
I could not
lot.
imagine. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
sick
she-
for 2 weeks in the beginning of the semester, and like
Same.
even getting up from my bed, I didn't even have COVID, but I just had
Mhm.
like whatever. I had like a cold or whatever. Even getting out of my bed was so physically draining. I could not imagine doing a whole choreographed dance routine. But you know what? I
Yeah.
feel like the code of oh my gosh, I'm so tired. The COVID might have added to it because she really looked like all like
No,
like
yeah.
that.
you know what I mean? She looked like that,
I'm
you know?
surprised that she had COVID during that take. She really killed that dance. Everyone's doing it.
I remember she said,
Everyone is doing it.
yeah, "Hi, it's me. I'm doing it."
Like,
Me and you,
We're
Kendall.
doing it.
But I remember her saying that she did so much research into looking how goth people dance in the 80s, even in general. She looked so much into goth culture and choreographed the dance herself. So she has a lot of my respect for that.
Yeah,
So
she really took her role seriously, which is what every actor should do because there's a story behind every character and like you could find research. So good for her.
I agree. Also, hi, it's WMSC's Wednesday Adams here. Just kidding. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Oh,
But we have Nicole, do we have one more story?
We have one more story, and this is a fun one. Okay. Kiki Palmer announces she is pregnant. According to Entertainment News, Kiki Palmer reveals that she is pregnant on an episode of Saturday Night Live. She revealed that she was seeing a lot of rumors stating that she looked pregnant, and she says that this has been such a big blessing. Palmer also says that she is so excited to go on this journey with her boyfriend, Darius Jackson, and cannot wait to be parents together.
I
That's
love
so
Kiki. So
cute.
cute. SNL. This is just perfect.
And the way she announced it was so beautiful.
Yes, it was so her.
Yeah.
She just owned it. She was like, "Yeah, I am." Like
She was just like, yeah, girl.
She is so funny.
Yes.
I love Kiki Palmer, and honestly her whole show on SNL in general paid tribute to all Keenan and Kel from back in the Nickelodeon, like back in the 90s. Loved that, and she pulled it all off with her little baby bump. I loved it.
Period.
That's awesome.
Props
So
to SNL.
congratulations to Kiki
Props.
Palmer.
Yes, congrats, Kiki.
Congrats. You know how
Awesome.
newborn babies look like aliens?
Yeah.
She's gonna have the cutest little alien.
A little
Delicious.
alien.
We're going to take the shortest break here on the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I promise it's going to be the shortest break ever. So we'll be right back.
Hey, you're listening to WMSC Upper Montclair 90.3 FM. For more information, go to WMSCradio.com or download the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back on the Morning Buzz. This is Chaos Hour officially.
Yay! Our favorite hour on the Friday morning buzz.
Yeah, it always.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased, then yeah. But we did it. We got through all the hard news. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of my crew. I'm proud of the listener. I'm proud of you guys.
We
you know?
did it.
Yeah, no, I'm a proud mother. She's a mother. Not me though. Kiki Palmer though is.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
But before we get into one of our second favorite segment of the week, which is MSU Confessions, we're gonna kick it to Cangela for a news update.
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm Cangela Guerrero, and this is WMSC News. So, our top story today, WNBA star Britteny Griner is released from Russian custody in a high-profile prisoner swap between the U.S. and Moscow, which was a story we already covered in our past hour. And moving on quickly to our national story. So, in national news today, new details emerge about a vehicle at the scene of the Grizzly, Idaho student stabbings. A 2011-2013 Hyundai Elantra was spotted in the immediate area of the off-campus home where the students were stabbed to death in the early morning hours of November 13th, Moscow police said in a statement on Wednesday. Information about the vehicle came from the thousands of tips police have received in the case, which has appalled the small college town of Moscow, Idaho. And in local news today, the public's help is sought after a fatal shooting back in the fall along the Jersey Shore remains unsolved. Authorities are seeking the public's help as they continue to search for whoever shot and killed a 26-year-old Neptune Township man more than 2 months ago. The Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office stated Thursday that Devin Agolio Stout was found with multiple gunshot wounds in the driver's seat of his vehicle, which was parked in the 1700 block of Heck Avenue at about 10:45 p.m. on October 6th. Investigators do not have a description of the shooter, but a prosecutor's office spokesman said that Stout was alone in the vehicle when he was found. And now for your weather report for hour 2. So make sure to bring out some gloves and beanies because the temperatures are seriously dropping, you guys, with a high of 44 and a low of 29 degrees today. Tomorrow, we're seeing some bright skies as well, but with a lower temperature of 44 degrees being the highest and 26 being the lowest around 4 a.m. And concluding our weekend Sunday, we are seeing some strong showers at around 6 p.m. with a high of 40 degrees and low of 32. For WMSC News, I'm Cangela Guerrero. Back to you, Lara.
I can't even be so mad that it's cold outside because Cangela told me that it's gonna be cold outside.
Cangela, you just make it so entertaining to listen to the
Guys,
weather and
She
the
could
news.
tell me the worst news ever, and
Oh, thanks, guys. I try.
but cold weather
Calls for winters.
calls for ice hockey. Yeah,
I know. Oh my God. Listen, these impressions, you guys, they just get better by the week.
Yeah.
Got some
They do.
maple syrup and some flipper pie.
Oh my God.
Larry, you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you want to keep going with your
I
impression.
can't keep going because I will go on for another hour.
All right.
Please go.
I'm Ben Tomaszewski, and we have a wide variety of sports to talk about. Amanda, say with me. Let's
talk about it.
All right.
Well, I keep forgetting because sometimes I say let's get into it, but sometimes I say let's talk about it. So I'm like not sure.
Talk about
I think
it.
we're very self-conscious about it today.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Anyway, let's just talk
Anyways,
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just talk about it. Hitting it off with some off-season baseball. Get it? Hitting it off. I'm so
Hey,
clever.
hey, hey.
On Thursday, the New York Mets re-signed outfielder Brandon Nimmo to an 8-year, $162 million contract and also added veteran reliever David Robertson on a 1-year deal. The quarterfinals of the World Cup kick off today as Croatia takes on Brazil and Netherlands faces Argentina. Tomorrow, Morocco plays Portugal and England faces off against France. Tonight, all of the local professional teams are in action, except for football, of course. The New Jersey Devils host the New York Islanders at 7, and the New York Rangers visit the Colorado Avalanche at 9. The New York Knicks visit the Charlotte Hornets, and the Brooklyn Nets host the Atlanta Hawks. Ben Simmons is set to return tonight for the Nets after missing 4 games from injury. Finishing with football, on Sunday, the New York Jets visit the Buffalo Bills, who they defeated earlier in the season. The New York Giants welcome in the best team in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles. Hope everyone stays warm and has a good weekend. Back to you, Lara.
Sports.
Delicious.
Hey, Canada. So we're going to kick it to some MSU confessions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Confessions, bud.
Oh my gosh. Spot on.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Good.
That's all you're getting from me.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. So, what is MSU Confessions, you may ask? It is Instagram. Actually, no, the Instagram's technically Montclair State Confessions, where people anonymously send in their confessions. Disclaimer: MSU Confessions is a segment based on the Instagram account Montclair State Confessions. This account is not associated with Montclair State University or WMSC. These stories are not our personal experiences. Students send in their confessions anonymously for us to laugh at. Our first one I titled is Expression Machines Be Cray Cray. Anonymous said, quote, "No, Ben, please don't change that in the script."
Oh.
That is how it was written.
Oh.
Wait, seriously?
You'll hear.
No.
Stay tuned. Anonymous said, quote, "Can I just say how utterly stupid it is that both Duncans have yet to fix their expressions machines. It hasn't been working since I don't even know when. And that only coffee they make tastes like sewer water."
Whoa.
It's just a habit of me to go
No. Actually,
on correct.
genuinely, thank you for fixing the typos.
no, Ben,
But
but the
that one
autocorrect.
That okay.
Does.
For real.
When I tell you, I read that one and it said expressions machine.
Oh my god.
Like the fact that they're not wrong though. Like, yeah, they wrote it wrong, but it's so
Expressions.
true.
It's the end of the semester. Like this person, like it's okay.
It's been
that
broken
if
since
you think
last
it's
year.
Expressions, but
Well, last time I went to Dunkin', they didn't have hot chocolate, and I almost cried.
Yes, I went. Wait, no, the other was it 2 weeks ago. I wanted hot chocolate, and they were like, "We don't sell that here." And I
Oh,
was
they
like,
definitely do because I've had it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, "They're
how do
having."
you not sell hot chocolate?
They
That's
they
what I'm
do,
saying.
they do,
I was like,
but sometimes they
"Girl,
just
you're
run
lying to me."
out.
Yeah, if you just say you run out, but to say that you don't sell it.
They said we don't sell
She
it, and I
probably
was
just
like,
didn't want to deal with it. You were probably like the 8th person that day. She's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, we don't sell it."
it was also
No,
like
literally.
it was like a Wednesday, like 2:00 in the
Wednesday.
afternoon. So that's why
She was
maybe.
having her Wednesday moment. When
Yeah,
she said
it
that
was
someone
a
like
Wednesday
downright was
moment.
like, "We don't sell out here." Okay.
We don't
Yeah.
sell hot
Okay,
chocolate.
girl.
They should
I
have
find it
frozen
stupid
hot
and a waste of
chocolate.
time.
Gosh,
You ever had
yes.
frozen hot
Well,
chocolate from Dunkin'?
Oh yeah, those are
Mhm.
bomb.
So
That was
good.
like
Those
my
are so
high
good.
school
That was my
thing.
high school thing too. They should be frozen hot chocolate if they don't have hot chocolate.
If they want.
Exactly.
Hopefully they
Wait.
fix the expression machine.
I hope so too.
I literally can't get over the expressions machine.
Me either. That's like the expression.
Guys, the expressions machine be showing too much emotion.
Yeah, no,
It's
they're
cray.
it's too much.
Yeah. Well,
But no, sometimes Duncan slander because every time you get it, it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like
No, that's the
What?
thing. Sometimes Dunkin' hits, and other times Dunkin' is so bad, and
It's
it's like,
just
come on, girl.
stale donuts.
it's so.
They do
Yeah.
be stale, but you know whose donuts be slapping hard? Krispy Kreme.
Yes, 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 yes.
Cream donuts. Don't get me started on Krispy Kreme donuts. I will
Not
literally
sponsored.
do anything. Hashtag not sponsored. I know I'm a college influencer, but this isn't sponsored. Listen, a dozen glaze of Krispy Kreme donuts. I will literally finish it in 2.5 seconds. I think I hold a world record, and I don't think anybody knows it.
Whoever Mr./Miss/Mix Krispy Kreme is, I want to have a word with you because I want your recipe and it's
Yes.
delicious.
I want to own a Krispy Kreme shop.
Is
Literally,
Is that what you want to be when you grow
I
up?
want to own a Krispy Kreme shop.
Krispy Kreme is so good.
Has gone feral.
Wait, they never had a Krispy Kreme in Staten Island, and in September they opened one, and I'm so happy.
Dude,
But
you-
the lines
It's so long,
are
right?
so long.
Yeah.
It's like an
Mhm.
hour wait.
You want to know
Yeah.
something so crazy, like not related to Krispy Kreme at all, but
What?
like you just reminded me of something. How you said Staten Island just finally got a Krispy Kreme. Where I'm from, we have nothing, right? Like there's nothing to do.
Have one.
No, we don't. Of course we don't, girl. Come on. Like we used to have to drive. Like if you want Krispy Kreme, you have to go into PA like an hour, or you have to come around here. Yeah,
Go to Staten Island.
yeah, but we don't yeah, if you want, but we don't have anything like that. Like we have to drive 45 minutes to get anything. And I used to go to community college 30 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
And in that town, there was also nothing because it's like another small town.
Mhm.
I went back home like 2 weeks ago and I went into the town where my college used to be. There's gonna be a Chipotle, there's a Starbucks, and I'm like, you're
Whoa.
kidding. Well,
Upgrade.
so it's still iconic because I still live 30 minutes away, but
Mhm.
I was like, are you kidding me? I went to that school for 2.5 years
that's a
and
good
Every
combo.
time
I
you leave,
ate
Amanda.
I
nothing.
know, I was about to say.
Yeah,
Every time
so
you leave.
I need to leave places to make them better is like what I'm saying.
Yes,
It's just so sad. I'm the problem, but it's like that's crazy. I can't believe there's gonna be a Starbucks.
That's a good combo too. Chipotle and Starbucks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
next in a minute, honestly.
Amanda, you're the problem.
I'm
It's
the
you.
problem. It's me.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. I would be such a good customer. Like,
Yeah, like,
You would be a
why-
daily customer.
yeah.
Companies hating on Amanda right
Yeah,
now.
all right. I'm done with the Amanda slander, honestly.
Before we move on to the next confession, I need to say one thing. And I think that we need a Waffle House in New Jersey because I had Waffle House for the first time like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I can't stop thinking about it. So Amanda, can you leave so we can get a Waffle House?
Yeah, right. I guess I'll just go. I guess I'll
Go
just
to a
leave.
different town.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
kidding.
We need Amanda.
We need
I
her.
love you, Amanda.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, it's fine. I'll be heading
Okay.
out.
Do you want to read the next?
Yeah. This is actually so
Wait, I want to go
accurate.
off at this story.
Me too. Let's go.
Hold your horses.
Okay. Oh, to see without my eyes.
I knew she was gonna say that.
Anonymous said, quote, some of y'all in these group me's are so annoying, asking mad questions about stuff you can see on Canvas, like just learn to read. So
Ooh.
true.
Yes.
It's honestly true. Like there are some things that you don't know about, but asking like you can tell when it's a very simple question. You could find it on the syllabus. You really could.
That's
When's the due date?
That
Are you
sign-
kidding
Yeah.
me?
Canvas.
They really said that sign can't stop me because I don't know how to read.
My favorite is when people are like, yo, we got class today. Yeah, like when have
Yeah.
we not had class? Like we have
Unless
class
they
today.
saying they don't have class, you have class.
We
It's like,
definitely-
just like it just magically it's canceled. It's like what?
like we always have
Cancel
class.
culture is something that has social media in a chokehold. So I would just assume that we do have the classes canceled because of cancel culture.
Okay, wait, guys. I have a short little story about GroupMe
Story
that
time.
happened this week, and I'm really
She's
mad about it.
fresh. The tea
So
is hot.
Uh-oh.
the tea is hot. Okay, so in my fundamentals of speech class, we had to do a group speech, but my
Thank you.
professor has like been getting surgery, so she's
Oh.
been really out of the whole loop and whatever. So she's making us do our group speech with our groups
I'm
that
sorry.
she picked for us. I have the worst group possible.
Oh.
And basically we have to do this group speech online by ourselves and send her a video. So I'm thinking, okay, it's due December 20th. Let me get it out of the way this week. I text the people in my group on GroupMe because I don't have their numbers. I text them, oh, hey guys, so do you want to, set up a day where we could do this group speech? What's your numbers? Text me back. Okay. They did not text back. They reacted. They hearted my chat. And it's been since Monday. And I'm debating on being really bossy and showing my bossy side.
You have to.
Oh, I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
okay, when are we like? What do you mean you hearted my chat? Like I know you saw it.
Right, right.
Respond. I asked a question.
Can I ask you a question?
I agree.
Girl, you need to put your
seriously.
foot down because
Yeah.
your projects are the
Yes.
most infuriating.
Yeah, I'm about to be
infuriating,
Look,
feisty.
that's my
I'm-
advice to you too.
I'm not a-
upsetting.
I'm
thing.
not an advocate for narc behavior, but I sometimes am an advocate for narc behavior.
You got to be a tattletale, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
be-
literally, girl.
Tattletale.
You have to. That's like my number one advice. I had an issue like that my
Really?
freshman year,
Mm.
and it was a
It's always freshman year.
research paper.
Oh,
Listen, girl, I did not care. Like, this is my education.
We do not
this is
care.
That's what
my
I'm
life.
saying.
I literally did my own research paper, told my professor everything, and yeah, I basically like went MIA on the group. If you're not gonna care, then I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, no, I'm
respectfully-
gonna.
What's even worse than that though is having a group member. This happened to me at my community college, and I feel so bad for saying this, but I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
What's even worse is having a group member who really does try, but everything they wrote was like illiterate. So I had to go
Oh.
in and fix their entire half of our research paper because I was not
Okay.
submitting that.
Yeah,
And we ended up getting a 100, and I felt really bad.
I mean, you got a good grade. That's good.
To be honest,
great, and you did your part. That's why
I don't
it's
think she
lost.
cared at all.
Amanda,
Yeah,
were they a Reddit user? Because some of these Reddit users, actually no, most of
they
most of
maybe.
these Reddit users are illiterate. I'm sorry,
Girl,
I
I
said it. If
know.
you're mad, but y'all are illiterate.
No, yeah, I mean, I get it, but you did your part. I have to say
That's true.
So
No, Larry, you're so true though, especially with Reddit users, because every time I write my script for r/relatable on Fridays 10 to 11, I have to write, I have to write my script, and some of the stories are so illiterate. I'm like rewording the entire thing. I'm like, I can't read this on air. It sounds
yeah.
so bad.
I get it.
Yeah, but
100%.
moving on to our last confession,
I'm gonna
that
go off
that
with this
that
one,
that,
too.
that is illiterate. Also, is anybody in a sorority or frat here?
No, but
Absolutely.
No.
but I will go off on this because I went to an all girls high school, so
Oh,
that
Did
makes
you
it-
really?
Which did you go to?
I went to Immaculate Conception High School in Lodi, New Jersey. Go Blue Wolves! But yeah, I'm gonna have to go off about this one when you're finished.
Blue Wolves.
Ooh.
Woof.
I'm excited.
Woof.
Whoa.
With an exclamation point.
Woof. Anyway, this one's called Greek salad. Anonymous said, quote, I was with my friends at Blanton and I heard some sorority girls talking and they were probably the most sane people in Greek life. They were talking about how girls will go through horrible hazing just to be in an attractive, popular sorority and just to be a part of that lifestyle, but won't consider genuine organizations because they aren't pretty or popular. If some of you Greek girls, actually no, some of you Greek girls are stupid because from what it sounds like, you want to continue the stereotypes rather than change them. Just a little warning before they do their rushing in the spring.
This is so sad.
That is
literally-
sad.
And to hear that it's happening at Montclair State, where we're not a big like Greek life school, like maybe like down south, like Ohio State, Alabama, jump scare, literally. But like the only reason why I want to go off on this is because like I know people that are in Greek life, and I'm not like against them or anything, but to anyone out there, any like sororities, fraternities even that are doing this, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Like
You're canceled.
you're really just not a good person. I've heard things, and these are just rumors. Are you really going to sit down with an entire group of girls and point at a girl's Instagram? Raise your hand if you think she's pretty. Raise your hand if you think she's
I
ugly.
can't believe they do
That's
that.
ridiculous.
They would rip me to
It's-
shreds.
If that's the case, like, are you kidding me? Really judging a girl? Is she skinny enough? Is she too fat? Listen, go back to middle school. Go back to middle school.
Yes.
Go have a conversation with your parents. Have them sit
Yeah,
down.
like
with
we're
you.
grown. There's no need for that.
Absolutely
It's so
not.
petty and
It's embarrassing.
It's immature. It's immature.
Immature. And coming from an all girls high school, like which was I can honestly say it was like a sorority. And I'm speaking on, just want to say this because the school has like a lot of me. Love the facility, but I'm talking about like the what's it called?
students.
Yeah, the students and the environment.
Mhm.
So why do you care what people are wearing or what they're doing? If you're a genuine person, if you have good character, that's all that matters to me. I don't care how many Instagram followers you have. I don't care that you dyed your hair blonde or brunette. I don't care if you got an orange spray tan. I don't care. Like none of that matters. I'm sorry I'm like going off right now.
No, but
it's like
Candela, I so agree.
like this is why there's this ridiculous stereotype of Greek life, because you guys are just ridiculous. You're ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I was waiting to get it.
It's so sad. What happened to women empowerment? What happened to loving each other for who they are?
Yes.
Can I say my
What
favorite
is
thing
so sad?
about all of the actually, I have a couple things to say.
Amanda.
The first
Go
thing,
off.
I don't know where I should start. I guess I'll start with when people in Greek life, you're like, so why do you do Greek life? And they're like, I'm really about the community and like helping out and like organizations. When like, okay, we know why you're joining a frat.
Yeah.
Like we know why you're joining a sorority. Like you don't have to lie and say, frats, sororities are actually really great for the community. It's like, come on, Miss Girl. Like we know why you're joining. Like you
Yeah,
just want to go
that's-
party.
that's totally fine, but like, can you just live up to what you preach on your Instagram, on your aesthetic Instagram?
Exactly.
And this goes to just some, because I'm sure that there are people out there in Greek life that aren't like that. You know,
Some of
Yeah.
them really be like Proverbs 169.
The
how about
Bible
dress?
So
They really do.
Loud for me. I'd love to hear
actually,
you
I'll
read it
pull
out
it up.
loud.
I'll pull it up right now. Actually,
I'd
Let's
love
find
to
it.
see you pick up a Bible, babe.
While you're looking that up, I'm gonna say the second thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
So this is really embarrassing, and I'm really gonna like out myself here on live radio.
Oh.
So when
Go for it, go
when I
for it.
went to Rowan University, I didn't have a lot of friends. I was 19, and I'm obviously not the sorority type of girl. Like that's just
Right.
not me, and I never have been that type of person.
Mhm.
But I was like, you know what? I don't have any friends here, and I'm really depressed. Why don't I try and go to like this sorority thing and see what happens? Like
Yeah.
you never know what will happen. I go there, right? I walk in the building, and I felt like I've never felt more of like an outcast in my entire life. So I'm there, right? And the sisters are going around and they're
That's a cult.
Eye roll.
they're going around and talking to everyone and like asking about them and like trying to get a feel on them. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So this group of girls, like they come up to me and they're like, hey girl. And I was like, hi.
Like,
And
are
they're
you, are you genuinely being like nice?
yeah,
or
and they
not?
were like, so like, why are you here? Like, what are your hobbies? And I was like, oh my, I like to hike, I play video games, all this stuff. And they're like, okay.
When you said the video games, they gave you the. Sure.
Okay. And then I later on, like, an idiot. I guess I wasn't really knowing my audience. I made a Minecraft joke,
Oh,
and no one
that's their
laughed.
fault for not knowing.
And no one understood. And
The time to
what you
even
said.
ask.
girl, this was 3 years ago. If I could remember, I just remember I said something about Minecraft, and everyone was like, "What?"
But they
And
couldn't even ask you, like, wait, what did you like mean?
it was actually horrifying. That whole experience, like the whole experience was just horrifying. I never went back.
It's
Like
so sad.
it was
Amanda.
truly. It was humbling. It really was. Actually, it was humbling.
Amanda,
Definitely.
me and you can start a Minecraft sorority. What should we call ourselves?
Oh my God, the Minecraft girlies, like
The Phi Alpha Miners.
yes.
No, that's
See,
I
that would be
literally-
fun.
Oh, I found the Bible verse.
Oh, you
I'm
did.
sorry.
What
So,
was it?
It's not Proverbs 169, but I found Psalm 69 verse 1. It is, quote, "Save me, O God, for the waters are up to my neck."
Well, if
Yeah.
you're in that type of sorority,
Yeah.
of course it's gonna be up at your neck.
It do be, but
Literally.
we're gonna go mine away on this little break, so we'll be
Mining
ripening away on this Minecraft day. So beautiful. Didn't hear me. It's Uzma Kappa on the Morning Buzz.
Uzma Kappa. That's the
Kappa.
only fraternity we stand in this
And
room.
the only sorority we stand in this room and the next room, of course, are the
Delta
Delta News
News
from
from
Legally
Legally-
Blonde. Delta new.
Yeah.
Delta new.
Oh.
New.
Does Uzma Kappa have like a thing? I'm looking it up. Uzma Kappa.
I wouldn't be. I know people like do like make merch out of it, like Disney, like
Ew.
small brand. They make like Uzma Kappa like merch and stuff. It's so cute.
Yeah, Uzma Kappa, like that's the place to
It's a
be.
cute name too. I
Oh,
love
Uzma
that.
Kappa.
That was an intense story though. Very.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
that-
definitely free therapy.
Yeah.
For me, especially. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I think someone needed to say it.
Yeah, it's sad.
You know what else? You know what someone needs to not say? That a director says Avatar 4 goes nuts. So James Cameron is a director who knows how to do sequels right. Apparently. I don't know. I trust the entertainment journalists sometimes, but in that case, that's according to them. Cameron has directed sequels that many would say surpass the original film. And please, if any of you have seen these films, please literally call James Cameron out. But Cameron has directed sequels that many would say surpass the original film, like 1986 Aliens and 1991's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Cameron is back with a sequel for the first time in 31 years with Avatar: The Way of Water, the sequel to his 2009 blockbuster Avatar. Not The Last Airbender, just Avatar. But The Way of Water is just beginning of Cameron's planned sequels, with a third film coming in 2024, followed by a fourth in 2026. Cameron said of his plans to write all the films before starting production on The Way of Water. The Way of Water's screenplay is written by Cameron, Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, who
Hey.
also
Sorry, I heard the name Amanda.
That was so funny.
Hey.
who also wrote Jurassic World, the recent Planet of the Apes trilogy, and up-and-coming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And according to my lovely roommate, Gabby, and our digital marketing director, she said, quote, James Cameron directed Titanic, so you can only imagine what that man can put into the world. So thank you for that context.
Mm.
I've never seen Avatar.
What?
Me
That's
either.
actually
I've
such
never
a good
seen it either.
film. You guys should definitely check
Yeah.
it out.
I watched
never-
it like in school back in the day for some reason. Like,
What
Really?
the blue people?
yeah, like I've seen it like they showed it in class or something like that.
It was a popular when it
It
came
was
out.
good.
It's so
I've
popular.
heard of it.
Yeah.
I've just never watched it.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
It's
before. I've
very
heard of it,
good.
though.
2009
Yeah.
already. Wow.
100%.
That's 2009.
I was like 5.
Oh my god.
Freshie.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, I couldn't help it.
I was 9.
Stuff's out.
Since this man directed Titanic, at first I put the story in and I was kind of like, I don't know.
He's got great like background.
Wow, the taste,
Yeah.
impeccable, delicious.
I mean, I really
Delicious.
I liked the first Avatar, so I'm excited to see like the trilogy or what is 4?
It's
I don't know.
The first one's that has the highest lifetime gross as far as money goes, like
Mhm.
$2.9 billion.
Yeah, it was a good film. I mean, like, you can't deny it. Like
Yeah.
it was nice aesthetically and like the story was interesting.
I don't know, but here's the thing for me, and I'm gonna be a contrarian. I know I have an Aquarius stellium. I know I'm a contrarian, but I feel like everyone has been hopping on this trend of sequels and trilogies and
Oh, a lot.
series. And again, this was released in 2009. And to me, like throughout the 2010s, like more like mid to late, there were a lot of sequels, this and that, and prequels and whatever, like your little heart's content. But I just don't know. I feel like he's just hopping on the train of the franchise making the money of the sequels, because people are going to see the sequels because
Of course.
it's a franchise. People are used to the franchise and they don't want to see new things.
I mean, in my opinion, one of like right now, I saw X in theaters and then the second movie Pearl. They were really good. And now they're coming up with a third movie. I think it's called Maxine, which so when I was in theaters watching X, it was a good film. I liked it. At the end of the credits, there was just an end credit scene, like kind of showing like the next movie. And I was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. I have to go see it. And then I saw the second movie, Pearl, and it was really good. And I was thinking maybe there will be an end credit scene again. And literally there was an end credit scene for a third movie. And I was like, wow, that's really exciting. And
End credits.
yeah,
It's like then.
the director and the main actress, Mia Goth, were saying that they're going to just keep going with this franchise for as long as they can. So there might be a fourth and a fifth. And I'm like,
Wow.
so you're right with that like whole franchise thing. It's very popular right now.
It's so
Everything
annoying.
is being rebooted. I just heard that Rush Hour is getting rebooted with
I saw, Rush Hour
It's
4.
Oh yeah, I saw
one
that.
thing behind the other. It's crazy. I mean, I like it. It's just not everything.
I didn't know that Kate Winslet's going to be in the new Avatar.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It's her first reunion with James Cameron after 26 years.
Wow.
Also, my God, Titanic, crazy.
Imagine.
Sorry, I literally can't help it with sequels. I show them no mercy.
Some
Like,
of them
listen,
are good. Some of them are. Meh.
They can be
Like,
good. Don't get me wrong. Like Stuart Little 2 is far superior than Stuart Little 1. And Shrek 2 is phenomenal. Listen, I love both Shrek movies, but Shrek 2 just does something. It's like,
Shrek is like an OG, but Shrek 2 really is good,
Shrek-
especially when the fairy godmother sings. Like that was really a cultural reset.
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh.
I need a hero.
And then the giant the
Giving
Yeah.
giant just like
I watched this recently, actually.
walking in, and when he falls into the water.
No.
But we're gonna finish off our entertainment news with one more story.
Yes, Wonder Woman 1984 sequel on ice. Potential Man of Steel 2 in jeopardy as Warner Bros. Considers major DC reboot. Could DC be hitting the reboot button? Let's talk about it. A sequel to 2020's Wonder Woman 1984 is not moving forward at Warner Bros. New DC studio chiefs James Gunn and Peter Safran prepare to unveil their strategy next week for the future of DC adaptations. Only Gunn and Safran know for sure what they'll be saying to Zaslav, but the presentation has the potential to mark a critical inflection point for the company. I'm sorry, I like cannot read right now. Let me just zoom in. The cinematic universe created by filmmaker Zack Snyder could reach a definitive end following the premiere of Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom in December 2023. Maybe this is controversial, but does anyone actually like the Aquaman movie? Anyway,
Never watched
according
it.
to
Never. I can't say I never watched
Favorite
it.
actress Amber Heard.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right. But according to a studio insider, after Jenkins submitted a treatment for a third Wonder Woman, she was informed by studio leadership that it did not mesh with Gunn and Safran's emerging plans for the universe, and the studio would not make the project. Curiously, on Monday, Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot posted on social media that she was so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character, and that she can't wait to share her next chapter with us.
Okay, so I got a little bored and I'm putting a poll on my Instagram whether it's for Shrek 1 or Shrek 2.
Oh my god.
Because I
Like
need
that is such a hard question because
is.
Shrek
2.
1 is so good, but
It's a
Shrek
classic.
2 is like also good.
Not me disregarding the whole DC might be going down the drain.
Yeah,
thing.
honestly, we could
with
just
the
talk about
reboots.
Shrek. We really
Yeah.
don't even
You
need
know
to talk
what's
about
weird?
DC.
I don't think I've watched the first Shrek. I think I only watched the second one.
Girl, what?
And I watched the Shrek the Halls, the Christmas one, but
You've watched Shrek the
What?
Halls, but you haven't watched the first Shrek
Yeah.
movie.
That's
I'm turning Nicole, your mic is going on. For a second.
Nicole says things on the buzz, and I'm like, girl, what? She
I
didn't know what Heelys were or moon
the
boots.
Heelys and the moon boots were like that, just like stab in the heart.
Yeah, that triggered me, and like that was fine. I got over it. But now she's saying she watched Shrek the Halls, but not the
OG
Shrek.
Shrek.
I
like,
didn't think that was the thing. I
Might
just
have.
thought it was.
I just felt Lara put my mic.
Shrek Halls. Was it even good?
Oh, okay.
Now I'm back.
Was it good, Nicole?
No, it was so good. It was so funny.
Miss Girl, I cannot.
You're canceled.
Shrek.
No, I'm not.
I've never
You
even
need
seen it.
controversy on the bus.
Probably Nicole's
true.
favorite Christmas movie.
Oh
Wait,
my
wait,
gosh,
wait.
Nicole, if that's your favorite
Shrek
Christmas
the
movie-
Well, it's one of my faves.
It's Nicole's favorite Quizmas movie.
Quizmas.
I'll be home for Quizmas.
That was
Is my
so-
mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Which one? Okay.
The first Shrek is so iconic, and if you ask if I know every line in the movie, then I would have to say yes, I do, because
Then
I
I
used to
just
watch
you
that
should say
religiously.
some.
Just in. I put the poll on my Instagram is live, whether Shrek 1 or Shrek 2 is better. And WMSC Radio just voted for Shrek 2.
I am gonna vote
s-
right now.
I support Shrek 2 because that's what I've watched.
I'm going to support Shrek 1 because that's the only answer.
Me too.
Giving share.
I need
my
to
God, Cher's-
do this.
It's giving share.
It's giving
I
share.
am a rich man.
I love share. Now that woman, queen.
Time to share the love because popular snowblowing naming contests drive home important message. As winter gets underway, some states are trying to bring some warmth to the cold, dark season. Minnesota is holding a contest that raises awareness of snowplows across the country. The popular contest is back for its third year, and in Vermont, state officials are partnering with schools to teach children a few things about how plows work, and in return, Minnesotans are invited to submit their creative and unique winter names for 8 of their snowplows, one for each department, one for each of the state's Department of Transportation district. Last year, more than 22,000 names were entered, and the top 3 winners included Betty Whiteout, Control Salt Delete, and the Big Leplowski.
Big
The snow coming, eh?
Leplowski.
Delete.
The Big Leplowski.
Better get your snow plows.
Gosh,
Big
Big
Leplowski. That's so funny.
hilarious.
God, that's so good. But can we talk about Shrek again? I feel like I wasn't over that.
No.
Such a big topic. Like,
Like, I feel like that really
Shrek makes a whole. Yeah.
All right, let's
such a
not Shrek the Halls.
No, never Shrek the Halls. But the first movie was such a cultural
so sad.
reset for me. Like, that's the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's not talking about Shrek anymore.
We're not
Like,
talking
Shrek
about
is the
Shrek anymore.
blueprint.
Amanda, your mic is off.
Time out.
That hurt.
If you like Shrek so much, if you want, literally go to their website and put in Shrek as their
guys,
name.
Amanda will literally start a new Shrek reboot.
We could compare this article about snowplow with Shrek the Halls because there's snow in Shrek the Halls.
That was actually pretty good. I'm not.
Thanks,
gonna lie.
Angela.
Lara's gonna be doing the show by herself real soon. It's gonna be muting everybody.
Welcome back on the morning buzz. It is just Lara Ziccardi right now. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But Mike
Oh, yeah.
Mike Leplowski.
Mike LaPlaus.
Mike
Leplowski.
I'm actually gonna go to their website and submit that right now. But in the meantime, while I do that, Amanda has our next story.
Yeah, so our next story, Shrek 1 is the best movie of all time. No, I'm kidding.
Turn the mic
Talk
off.
about it.
Talk about
So she
Shrek.
said, "What's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know."
Happening.
Baby, I'm in
Love.
love.
Think about it.
Okay, Ben.
I love that song so much.
No, that's a good one.
Bob.
Always comes on in the song, but like what? Always comes on in the car. Puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when him and Donkey are walking. It's like, I'm on my way. Anyway, let's move on.
I have all the
No.
names this time though. So we have the Blizzard of Oz, the Big
Oh.
Leplowski,
The Blizzard of Oz.
Betty Whiteout, Control Salt Delete, Edward Blizzardhands,
Oh, that's good.
Plowsaurus Rex, Scoop
Oh.
Dog, and No More Mr. Ice Guy.
Hands is so good.
No more Mr. Ice Guy. That's so good.
All right, no more Mr. Ice Gal
Mike
because we have to
Wazowski.
read the next story.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Los Angeles Animal Control grants unicorn license to a young girl. Rules are rules. Animal control officials in Southern California have granted permission for a little girl to keep a unicorn at home, provided she follows strict guidelines. Los Angeles County Animal Care and Control this week shared a letter it received from a child named Madeline. The girl wrote, quote, "Dear LA County, I would like your approval if I can have a unicorn in my backyard if I can find one. Please send me a letter in response." That's really cute. Director Marcia Maida replied with a letter along with a pre-approved unicorn license, a heart-shaped license tag, and a plush unicorn toy until Madeline finds a real one. Photos of the license and Madeline's letter were posted to the agency's social media. The licensing letter included 5 conditions. Quote, "Rule number 1, the unicorn must be cared for in compliance with all animal caretaking regulations set forth in Los Angeles County Code Title 10. Number 2, the unicorn is given regular access to sunlight, moonbeams, and rainbows. Number 3, the unicorn is fed one of its favorite treats, watermelon. Okay, hold on. Before I
Wait.
keep going, where's the facts for that? Like, who just knows a unicorn's
about it.
favorite food is watermelon?
Lara, do you know the unicorn lore?
Yeah, what's the unicorn lore? At least once a week. The unicorn's horn, number 4, must be maintained and in good health. This requires polishing at least once a month with a soft cloth. Number 5, any sparkles or glitter used on the unicorn must be non-toxic and biodegradable to ensure the unicorn's good health.
Wholesome.
That was very cute,
Why can't I have a unicorn?
right? I
I-
want a
I
unicorn.
saw this TikTok where it said college kids are just like big kids that are in kindergarten. Like we like stickers and erasers and plushies.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Where's that's factual. There are
It
5
was-
of us right now.
What was it called? They always had unicorns on them and stuff. Lisa Frank. Remember
Yeah.
Lisa Frank?
I
I mean,
do.
she's
Oh, I
still around. Like they've
love
got
Lisa
like
Frank.
makeup products of them now and stuff, but always had I remember like unicorns. I immediately think of Lisa Frank.
The folders, the notebooks.
I had like I think I still have like 1 or 2 of them. They're so cute.
I would just like to say, unicorns have big appetites and their basic diet consists of grass, plants, flowers, and berries. So I guess,
No sprinkles.
I mean, it also says on this one, because they're magical, they love to eat candy corn, rainbows, ice cream, chocolate candies, and other stuff, like sweet
Wow.
stuff.
That's cute. Look at that.
You know what's weird? When I was a kid, I didn't have a unicorn phase. I feel like a lot.
I
of
never did
girls-
either.
Yeah, I
It
was.
wasn't
It
that
was
big for
just-
me.
No,
I think
just
it was after our
not.
generation. I have to be honest. I
Yeah.
think unicorns and like JoJo Siwa.
My little
were
cousin.
effortless.
Oh my goodness, my little cousin is 5 years old now, and like this kid has been having a unicorn birthday party for 5 years, and like it's insane.
Every
Like,
little kid has a thing. Like my
Yeah.
thing was Care Bears. I had like 500 Care Bears. My room was Care Bear themed.
Care Bears. I had a little
Oh,
Care
yeah.
Bear face.
Yeah, Nicole, you better know what a Care Bear is.
I
Miss
know
Girl.
what Care Bear is. I had one.
You better care to know what a Care Bear is.
Yeah, Nicole,
All
my
right,
eye-
Lara.
my heart like kind of dropped for a second. I was like, "Don't tell me this." Wait, have you ever seen Lisa Frank?
No.
Are you kidding? You don't know who Lisa
Okay,
Frank is?
I'm gonna have to like let that slide a bit because at least she knows Care Bear. Sorry,
Don't worry.
okay.
Do you guys know Cabbage Patch dolls?
Yeah.
Those scared me.
Yeah, those were a little scary.
Okay, I'll give it to you. That's
There's a history on that.
there is. It's kind of
It's
Tell us the lore,
creepy.
the
It is
Cabbage
creepy.
Patch Kid lore.
The lore.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just something creepy. It was like they were in a garden, they sprouted or something.
Yeah, that's their story.
And they
Yeah.
eat people in. I don't know.
Have
I don't know the lore.
you ever seen Being Born? Have you ever seen
No,
that?
I don't know. This
No,
is
it's
nightmares.
so weird. They have like a museum and they're literally like they grow like their heads are like cabbage. And
Well,
so
oh, that makes sense.
they have the museum and the whole crowd goes and they literally like, oh my god, here it is. One to and they just pull the the doll out like a cabbage and this whole body comes out. It's so weird.
It's creepy.
It's traumatizing.
It is. I don't know if I had a Cabbage Patch Kid.
I had one, and
I
then
did.
I think I like threw her out. I was
Stop,
like,
it's
this
scary.
girl's a little.
She was
She's
American
really-
Girl.
oh,
I put it in the
scary. That's what that picture.
She put in
Did
the-
anyone have American Girl dolls? Because
Yes, I did.
I never had one because
No,
they
I
were too
had-
expensive.
I had an American Girl
had
doll
one.
phase. It was bad, but then when
Mine was
Annabelle
too.
came out, I got rid of her in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not even joking.
That's too.
I got rid of her wardrobe. I got rid of her entirely. Gave it to one of my mom's friends who had a
Angela
younger
was
girl.
like, goodbye.
No, I saw Annabelle. I'm like, nope, no, thank you. You look way too much because I had the one that
Mm.
looked just like you. So I was like, no, thank you.
My lookalike had bangs because I had bangs for so long.
Oh my god, I got I got my crutches. You know, like the little like,
Crutches.
medical pack.
Yes.
So she had an ice
Were
pack
you-
that you actually put in the freezer and everything. It was crazy.
Was your American Girl doll a knee brace girl?
Yes, I put the knee brace on her all the time, and I put her little foot cap.
Why was her
She
American
had
Girl doll begging
crutches.
for attention? I bet her leg wasn't even broken.
Yeah.
The origin.
I know
of-
more about American Girl dolls than you do, genius.
Oh my god, that video.
I
The
love that
canon.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, I've never had an American Girl doll. I was always jealous of the girls that did though.
So
I
now.
played with like
This is lore that the Pick Me Girl started with Cangela's look-alike American Girl doll.
literally.
But a Canadian teacher showed second graders an R-rated horror film and have them copy Bible verses.
What?
Whoa.
Wait, whoa. Wow.
I'll let it. Has it soaked yet? I think
a
it's
little
soaked.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
A
That's
former
good.
British Canadian elementary school teacher has been disciplined for a series of infractions. One of them being showing second grade students the film Halloween. Cindy Chinchong Tong resigned her position in April of 2021. The decision lays out a string of incidents that occurred between October of 2020 and February of 2022 while she was teaching a class of second graders. During that time, Tong regularly showed students movies, a number of which were rated PG-13, including Iron Man and Doctor Strange. She also showed the class the first film of the Halloween franchise, which is rated R. And for those of you who have never seen a movie or don't know how rating works, that means the viewers should be over 18 or older. You got it. Some students reported feeling frightened after watching the film. Tom distributed nature notebooks to the students, which included Bible verses in them, and at Christmas had them copy the Bible story of the annexation into journals.
Now, why?
Okay,
of
wait.
all things, you pick a horror film. You never thought of making them watch a Jesus children's movie or something?
Yes.
No, it's because Ben is laughing. Like, Ben, stop.
I'm laughing because you're laughing.
I can't. It's like one of those mornings where everything is so funny,
so
bro. Like
Every one of those.
Catch pictures.
That's so creepy.
Oh, I scroll past.
No,
it.
so did I.
Anymore.
I scrolled past.
No, but okay. Back to the story.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
Halloween. Okay. I mean, it's not that scary, but for elementary school kids,
Yeah.
yes. I don't see Iron Man though.
They probably watch worse things at home.
Did you
I'm gonna
guys-
be honest with you, yeah.
That's
I don't
true.
think Iron Man is that bad, but Halloween, also like for Bible verses.
Yeah.
Bibble.
This is second grade.
Bibble.
Yeah, there's 7.
They should Bible is the Bible.
Yeah.
Bibble.
Do that all the time.
They should be watching Shrek the Halls.
Oh my god, no!
I'm literally gonna kick you out of the shadow room if you don't stop.
I'm trapped in
Why
each other.
was, guys, why was Bibble a thing in Victoria's? Like, you know, she was always like, I love Bibble.
You're talking about that Bibble because
Like,
I'm
what
talking-
is Bibble,
Like,
bro?
it's basically kettle corn popcorn, right? It's colored.
No,
You're lying.
It's so
that is
good.
true. I'm talking about the Barbie Bibble, like the blue thing.
Oh,
I had a
that
Barbie.
is a Bibble.
That is- oh, that's the Bibble.
What?
I looked up
Shit.
Bibble food.
God, yeah, it's like it's basically like colored popcorn, but it's like
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a-
kettle corn one. It's so
That
good.
picture is not colored
Yeah,
popcorn.
Bibble is a British food.
It's not that
That's so creepy.
That's a
What is
gremlin.
that?
What is that?
Nicole definitely didn't have a
If
Barbie.
I ever
face.
saw, if I ever saw that Bibble thing in real life, I would
Biggest Barbie
take it.
person ever.
I
But
have a
Watch
big
the
Barbie.
movies.
I watched the
Oh my
movies.
God, I was in James
Fairytopia?
Bond.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did, Lara. I did watch Fairytopia. And
Fairytopia.
what's that one? The peacock one?
What's the
The-
one where it's like,
the-
I'm just like you, just like me, nothing anyone can see. I've
No,
never seen that movie.
That's like what?
Popper is the best Barbie movie.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that.
If
The
I ever
first one was a good one.
But it has to be Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I was damn sure. It was so cute.
Yo,
The Barbie Christmas movie.
what is with you and these?
That's her favorite. Shrek the Halls and Barbie Christmas.
My side though, because it is Christmas, y'all.
It is.
It's
It is
December.
the holiday
Oh, I
season.
hate if I ever saw Bibble, it's on site. I actually hate him. I would literally kick that thing. Like I would kick Bibble. Like he's actually bothering me. It's
This is
on
a
site.
perfect picture for like a meme. Like,
I'm gonna roast somebody really quick.
oh my god.
I'm sorry that I'm mentioning this man's, but I'm gonna mention my ex-boyfriend. When I tell you this man's was a Bibble stan, it was he was unhealthily a Bibble stan.
Dude.
He's like, you don't like Bibble? What do you mean you don't like Bibble? Bibble's an icon. I'm like, I don't like Bibble.
It's
The
just
only
a
thing
little-
worse than Bibble, the no, honestly I hate Bibble. If I got to be quite honest with you, and the only thing worse than Bibble is Katie from Horton Hears a Who. That little thing, I want to literally stomp on it, and that maybe that sounds violent, but I'm sorry, it's honesty. I'm trying to be honest. I would punt Katie across a football field, like no remorse. and Bibble too. Like I
get so violent with children movies.
I just hate them. It's like, why did they have to
Elementary
animate
school
them to be
kids are
so infuriating? I can't even say that word. Oh no, Katie's so stupid. Like she's like, bah. Like like she doesn't talk. Oh god, I hate her.
You're talking about isn't she the one
The
that's
little
like,
yellow girl.
she's like when and what did she say? It was
Everyone eats rainbows and,
and
butterflies.
Oh my god.
Beautiful, Katie.
But she's so cute. She's
No. If you're telling me you're a Katie
No.
stan,
behind those eyes. In there.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Follow.
that's what I'm saying. Oh god, I hate her. I hate her. I hate Bibble. I hate them.
You know what else we hate? Florida man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that we
yeah, this
do.
one's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Florida man arrested after stealing over $1.3 thousand in Walgreens toothbrushes, deputies say. A Florida man was arrested Monday after deputies say he stole $1,375 in toothbrushes from a Walgreens. Why did it go away? There we go. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded to the Walgreens on 53rd Street in Marathon at around 10:39 a.m. on Monday. Can I just say this story is very specific? Anyway, according to deputies, employees, and other witnesses, saw Tracy J. Mofield, 37, of Esmeralda, Islamorada. I can't speak today, y'all. Walk out of the store with 6 electric toothbrushes without paying for them. He was then seen driving off in a white Lexus.
What?
Okay, like
Of all things, toothbrushes.
that's what I'm
too.
saying. The sheriff's office said deputies found Mofield's Lexus, but he sped away. Deputies did not pursue him at that time due to safety concerns. Mofield said Mofield and his Lexus were spotted again later on. Deputies said that the suspect told authorities he stole the toothbrushes and threw them off the Long Key Bridge. He was booked into the Monroe County Jail on a charge of grand theft.
Why would you steal them just to throw them over a bridge?
Why are you stealing
Wait,
toothbrushes?
if he had
from
Why
6
did he
toothbrushes for $1,375, how much are those damn
Brush.
toothbrushes?
God, Ben.
No, that's what I'm saying.
was-
No,
Like,
but like, how expensive are those toothbrushes?
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much money for a toothbrush.
1.3 thousand.
yeah, what?
I don't.
I mean, there's some expensive ones.
That's expensive. Wait, you know
Well,
what's
they are electric.
That's a toothbrush guy. Get him.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you said electric, so maybe it's like one of those fancy ones. They're like what?
I'm telling you, he has to
Three.
brush each tooth with a different toothbrush.
He's one of those.
What's going on with Florida? I hear
Teeth.
Florida's a little cuckoo right now.
Girl,
so-
Florida's,
Who do you think
Florida,
gave you the
God.
teeth?
Florida's been a little.
I mean, if you feel like you need that many toothbrushes, but let's be a good citizen and pay for them. Or
But
maybe
also,
just
they
go-
were expensive.
How did
Yeah,
you
one.
Like,
But he didn't even use them. He threw them over a bridge.
yeah, like, what was the point of that?
He's got some mental
He
issues.
walked out of the store with 6 electric toothbrushes. That's it.
That's
you-
what I'm
Maybe they
saying.
Wait,
you stole up to oh my god $1,300
And just threw them off
13
a bridge. Didn't even use
Dude,
them.
$1,300 for 6 electric toothbrushes. Someone do the math really quick.
maybe they
Yeah,
were
I'm
expensive because they were electric.
Your mic was off. I
Uh,
put you in timeout. No,
What?
I'm just kidding.
We were just preparing for you to say something about a Christmas movie, so we
But-
just pre-muted.
It's gonna
It's
be
like
why did they do
$200 or
Christmas?
so dollars per toothbrush.
Wait,
So
but
what toothbrush
I
did
think they were
Walgreens-
expensive because they were electric
Why
and
would
not
they be, like,
regular.
locked
It was
away
a
if they're that expensive?
It was like the fancy electric
didn't know
spinnies,
Walgreens
like
He should have
to
stole
like
some
really
tooth
get
tunes.
each tooth, like get the floss out.
Walgreens stole those.
This doesn't
You don't do that at the dentist office.
doesn't make any sense because
I
d-
don't
divide the 1,300 by 6 and
Nah.
you get 229. So I don't really understand.
He
why.
probably stole more, and maybe they just didn't account for it.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely made the math ridiculously wrong because
I
now
can't
I
do
They
feel
did the
dumb.
math. They did the monster math. The monster math was a graveyard smash.
He
They
should
did
have
the math.
stole some tooth tunes.
Some tooth.
Really should have. Like,
Remember those? Do you guys remember those? I had one that sang Hannah Montana.
I had one
Are you
that sang
kidding?
Hannah Montana,
Wait,
the
wait.
Jonas Brothers, high school. I had a whole tour brushing my teeth.
Wait,
I had a whole Disney Channel tour brushing my teeth.
Did you use one for each tooth?
Yo, a different song for each
One
tooth.
Direction one too. Oh my
Wow.
god. I told my mom actually a couple weeks ago she could get me one, not gonna lie to you.
Guys, I never had the cool things growing up. Like everyone here is like American Girl dolls, Tooth Tunes. Like I had to use a little
guys,
brush.
Give Amanda the 2000s childhood that she deserves.
Yes.
Tooth tune.
Oh,
You're done. Your mic is off.
Okay, sweetheart, let me sit here and explain it to you.
no,
Which is crazy that you
tune
don't know
is.
what a tooth tune is.
Wait, I don't know what it is.
I'll
Wait,
help
wait.
you. I'll help you
No,
out.
don't go back. Don't go back.
No, we need to go back. We got 4 minutes.
Okay, so basically what it is, it's a toothbrush that has a little speaker in it. And when you turn it on, it sings a famous song. So like the one I had was One Direction. It sang "What Makes You Beautiful." It lasted me 4 months. I was so surprised. And basically every
Okay.
time I brushed my teeth, it would, and you could hear it. So you hear it
Wait,
in your
I
mouth,
know
like
what
through
you're
your ears.
talking about. Okay, don't worry, guys. I know what it is.
I'm
I
gonna
need
buy
some
it.
clarification.
I'm gonna buy Nicole a tooth tune.
No,
I'm gonna
I don't
buy her-
know.
Live on air.
Tooth
testing
tune.
Nicole doing
We are the morning.
tutu.
We are the morning buzz,
Nice.
so it is a part of your morning routine.
That's
so,
true.
There you go.
I'll be
PSA.
expecting everyone to brush their teeth before we get into the studio, but
Yeah.
Wait, maybe Amanda could like put this in the vlog.
Amanda, yes.
Yeah.
For context,
Me too,
Amanda has
tuning.
started vlogging.
oh, I have started vlogging. Yeah,
Tooth tune tour. Oh my
A
god.
tooth tune
Disney
tour.
gave me
But
a-
We're supposed to
Guys, didn't we want to do?
we're supposed to have a taste test of Coke and
The
I
Coke
did.
and Pepsi with
I
Yeah.
did it
the
this
milk.
weekend.
Oh, you did?
Let me tell you something.
Wait,
I
really?
don't know how, but it was good.
Really?
It was good. I even
My
spiced
mom
it
said
up
it's like
a-
it's been actually like a drink for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we need to do this,
to
and then
try
we'll
it,
brush
though.
our teeth with the tooth tunes.
Guys, I have an update on the Instagram story.
Oh,
Sorry to bring up
oh.
Shrek.
again.
never apologize.
are you kidding me?
As of 8:57 a.m., we currently have Shrek 2 in the lead with 71%.
Wow.
And we have Shrek 1 following by.
I voted Shrek 1. I voted Shrek 1.
Okay.
I had to support Amanda.
Thank you,
I
Ben.
didn't really watch that
Okay.
much growing up.
But we
I think we need a poll for Shrek Halls.
Oh my god, Nicole.
I literally can't do it anymore. I'm done.
Nicole.
I'm literally done. I can't do this anymore. We're gonna wrap up with one last story that I found.
Yes.
So QAnon followers are arguing if the Beatles were involved in witchcraft and and child sacrifice. As the biggest rock band of the 20th century and the most influential, the Beatles were naturally also the subject of infamous conspiracy theories. According to an urban legend, Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was replaced by an imposter, with his surviving bandmates leaving cryptic clues to cover up in their music and album art. Decades later, a far-right fringe movement would make this kind of outlandish claim as a matter of course. QAnon followers, who started out as Trump loyalists, some of their beliefs include JFK Jr. still being alive, and suggested that President Biden is a robot. They come to these conclusions in much the same ways as 60s peeps would have proved that Paul was dead, by interpreting images and text in the way that no reasonable person ever would. QAnon, too, holds to that people running the world like to taunt us with hints of their evil influence, that the evidence is always in plain sight. So it can't be a surprise that this cult, which now studies any artifact they can advance to a new satanic panic, is arguing whether the Beatles were tied up in witchcraft and child sacrifice.
So these are the same people that probably think Elvis is still alive. I mean,
Yeah, nothing but a hound dog.
I-
Right uptown.
I love that girl on TikTok.
I love conspiracy theories, though, like true or not.
Oh wow, you know what,
The
Ben? Then you should have been on my conspiracy theory.
I was
episode.
trying to,
The
but
Oh, it was so good.
A1 student over here, I can't miss class.
Beatles, though.
Sorry.
The
to mess with
Beatles.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Beatles.
You know, the Beatles really like to mess with people, you know?
Was that John Lennon?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Did Nicole just say what? Nicole, don't tell me.
Nicole's
you
like,
just
what's a
lied.
Beatle?
John
No,
Lennon.
it's fair. I know who the Beatles are.
Is that the bug?
Nicole, it's
Hello.
okay. We've got you, though. We've got you.
Hello.
Don't worry. My uncle has educated me on the Beatles.
Good.
This
Yeah.
is John Lennon here.
Ending on a good note, Nicole.
Yeah, exactly. We were ending on a good note.
This is John Lennon here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It's been the morning buzz.
Woo!
Paul is dead. Just
Oh.
kidding. I don't know if Paul is dead. If you enjoyed today's show, I'm glad if you did. But you can catch us on Monday, 7 a.m. 9 a.m. next time on the Morning Buzz. Thank you for
Bye.
listening.
Thank you
Hope you
guys.
busy bees are doing quite well. John Lennon out.
Word. You're listening to WMSC